Hey guys, this is going to be a comparison video between the Leatherman Wave and the Leatherman Surge. And I am making this video because I'm thinking maybe somebody is looking to buy a Leatherman and, like me, they're having this question, should I get the Wave because so many people have it and so many people say it's really one of the best multi-tools, or should I get the Surge because it's very heavy duty and more capable, some would say. I got the Leatherman Wave in 2011, and before this one, I didn't have a good quality multi-tool. Now, at that point, I did not get the clip. It wasn't available in the store when I bought this. The clip I got as a gift from Forrest Walker 111. He didn't use it, so he just gave me the clip. And I really appreciated it because at that point I started carrying this multi-tool much more often. I don't really care for the sheath. That's the first reason. And the second reason is I really like carrying this multi-tool in my pocket. I am not a guy who really minds the weight when it comes to everyday carry or things like this. If I'm packing a really big backpack for a 2, 3, 4 day hike, camping trip, I will watch out for the weight. But for everyday carry, I really don't mind the weight and it didn't bother me. It's a low carry clip. Love it. The pliers on the Wave do a good enough job, I would say. It's nice. The whole interior is rounded, very comfortable in hand. You can get a good grip on things with this, and except for one time where I had to undo a very unusual screw with a very unusual screw head, and it had 2 holes in it. So I inserted the pliers into the holes and I started twisting. At that point, I noticed that it was twisting a bit too much for my liking, and I feared damaging my multi-tool. So I stopped, and I really didn't care for that feeling, fear of damaging my multi-tool. Other than that, they did great. Wire cutting, decent, I would say. For heavier gauge wire, you have this spot right here, and there are a few times where I couldn't really get through heavier gauge wiring. But it wasn't really that important since I don't really use this for my everyday job. It was mainly, working on something, and I usually do have more tools in my car. Now, all the tools, inside or outside, are locking. And that's a plus, but most of the Leatherman tools have that feature. On this side, you have the same tools as with the Surge. A bit holder and a can opener. On this side, you have a pair of scissors, which are small, but they get the job done. Now, I did get the multi-tool once, like this, and I didn't know why it wasn't closing properly. And then I noticed, oh well, somebody closed it the wrong way, so you might want to pay attention to that. You also have a small screwdriver, flathead and crosshair, and a big flathead. On the outside, you have 4 tools, like I said, all locking. Fine edge knife blade, serrated edge knife blade, a saw, which surprised me because I thought the saw would only be a pull saw due to the direction that the teeth are facing in, but it did very well. I compared it with my Victorinox knives, and the only conclusion I can draw after working with it even more is it's gonna be up to you if you say one is better or the other is better. And then you have a file. This is a diamond file, and this is a regular metal file. File works very well. I did use it a couple of times just to maintain the spine of my knife so I could strike a ferrod. If you are going to work with this, be careful of the edges. They are sharp, and if you squeeze this in your hand for a long time, it will hurt. With gloves, you have no problem. Now, the Surge, it's I would say a bit different, but it differs in many ways. It is bigger, it is heavier, and it has some options that I really like. The pliers are really heavy duty. Now, at no point I fear that I might break these pliers. You also have a very cool feature. You can exchange these parts right here, unscrew them, exchange them, or sharpen them if that's what you want to do. For cutting wire, I found that this was much better than the Wave, because you also have a slot right here where you could cut heavier gauge wire, and this works excellent. I tested it just for the heck of it, and it worked like a charm. Also rounded, so your grip will be very comfortable and very secure. And this also, like the Leatherman Wave, has a bit of flex to it, but much less due to the size of the tool. Like I said, on this side you will find the same tools like you do on the Leatherman Wave, this bit holder and the can opener. Frankly, I like the can opener on the Victorinox knives much more. And here you have three tools: a small flathead, a big flathead, and an awl. Now, I really like the awl. I've also sharpened it so I can strike a ferro rod off of it. Why did I do that? Because the saw blade, which I use on the Leatherman Wave to strike a ferro rod with, is in this holder, and it is the same size, just more flexible due to the fact that it's not like with the Leatherman Wave attached to the handle of the multi-tool, but in this holder. So you can strike a ferro rod, just that it's much harder to control the sporks. But this is a trade-off I will gladly take, because it gives you options. You can have a second saw blade, or you can have a file. Because you don't have a file on the other side, you can put this file in. Now, the option that this gives you is that with this file, you can sharpen, maintain spines, edges of other knives or other tools, or the ones on this multi-tool. Pretty cool feature if you ask me. You cannot do that with a Leatherman Wave, so I'm glad to trade it off. A trade-off would be that if this saw would be incorporated in the handle, it would be much longer. This would be another trade-off that I'm also glad to make, because I like the option of having this file. Now, on the other side, where you would have the file, you have a pair of, I would call this heavy gauge scissors for a multi-tool. I mean, I don't know if there are others that have bigger scissors. However, I'm very happy with these. Very comfortable to use, and you can cut your way through a lot of stuff with these. Much better than the ones on the Leatherman Wave. And I really like the locking mechanism system they have here. When you release the lock, it will release the spring and you can close them. No way you can close this in a wrong way, so to say. And of course, you have the fine edge knife blade and a serrated edge knife blade. And you can see this difference in size with these. I mean, difference is pretty big, wouldn't you say? And bigger, in this case, I think means better. Now, it does come at a higher weight, cost, and size. Me, I like to take this about anywhere I go. I like the Wave. I'm not really thinking about selling it or trading it. I really like the multi-tool, and it does come with me because I have the pocket clip. Just clip it to the inside of my pocket, and it did come in handy in a couple, or a few occasions I should say. I probably could have got by without it, but I was happy to have it. It was fun. I do not like the pouch in which it comes. The Velcro is not very good. It wasn't very good from the start. And I do keep a mag bar here and my Phoenix EO1. But I'm not too happy about this pouch. The main reason is you have to take off half your belt and thread it through here and then put it back on. Not the same thing with the pouch on the Surge, where you have a snap right here. You can unsnap this, take it off, put it through your belt, put it through here. So you can keep your belt on. I don't know which is more work, to take a belt off and put this on, or unsnap this and thread it. I don't know, but I like this system more. So you'll have to decide that for yourself. Like I said, one of the main reasons I like it is because you get the file and you can carry it with you. You can also get another saw blade in case you damage your initial saw blade. I also have a few fire straws here, and this ferrule which fits in besides the multi-tool. Now, like I said, this will come with me just about anywhere, and I like it for that. When I'm out bushcrafting, this won't come with me. It came out here today just because I wanted to make this video. Usually I'll take this with me. The black oxide coating is doing fairly well. I've used this for the last 5-6 months, and I'm happy with it. There are a few scratches. You can see more on the blade, the fine blade, and I've also started to use the serrated blade. But like with any multi-tool, without gloves, it's going to be very uncomfortable to work with for an extended period of time. If you have gloves, I don't think you'll have any problems. I think a folder will always be more comfortable than a multi-tool, and a fixed blade will always be more comfortable than a folder. That's just the way things are. But whenever I go out and I have my Mexpedition with me, that's where this stays in. It comes along, and I really like it. I prefer the Surge myself, but I think that the Leatherman Wave is almost as good, and most people would prefer it. I hope this video helped you make your decision, or at least make you ask yourself or other people a few questions that will eventually help you make your decision. Because let's be honest, I wouldn't have bought the Surge even if I really wanted it, but I already had the Wave and I wasn't prepared to spend this much money. So I got it as a gift. I'm very happy with it. If I were to get just one, I would probably get the Surge. That doesn't have to be you. Me, I don't mind the weight, the size. I actually like it. So like I said, I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about either one of them, ask me and I will try to get them as soon as possible. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I wish you all a great day.